Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Craig with LogicalSoul.com. I want to talk about or go into how to add power to your affirmations. I've asked Brigitta to join me. This is my wife, Brigitta, and she's going to demonstrate, or we're going to demonstrate, how this works with the Logical Soul, so that you can try this at home and test members of your family, friends, spouses, and so forth. It's very important to know the process. And I'll be going over the process in more detail in future lessons, but for right now, let's see how affirmations play into this process and how we can use them. First thing is, thank you, Brigitta, for joining me. And what I want to do is I want to show the folks how to muscle test. We went over how to self-test using the fingers and so forth, but I want to use you as a real example to show people how we can muscle test. First thing to do is to get the arm horizontal, parallel to the ground, straight out basically, and have the person just lock their shoulder into place. Now that doesn't mean they're fighting you. There shouldn't be a contest. So you want to have the person just lock their shoulder. I'm going to press using about 3 fingers, light press, hold. Ask the person to hold. Hold. So you feel that lock into place, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, if you have to push on it, then that's not what we're talking about here. We're not talking about a strength contest. We're talking about whether or not this person is locking their shoulder. Hold. Now, if it goes weak, like say my name is George.
My name is George.
Hold. Okay, there's a little bit of course she went and blew out, but I mean the point is that it can become a little bit weaker. It may not be totally weak, but it may be a little what I call rubbery. If it's rubbery, that's a weak muscle, and that's called muscle testing or applied kinesiology. So to use affirmations using this technique, the main thing is to make a positive statement. Usually, though, it involves a choice, something to do with intent, because those are the most powerful affirmations that you can use, those having to do with intent. Because you may make an affirmation and say, well, I'm not happy, or I'm happy or I'm not happy, and that may be what is called a condition. A condition is different than an intent. So what we want to do is set up an intent, which would be what? I choose to be happy, right? Mm-hmm. So let's make a statement of intent. I choose to be happy.
I choose to be happy.
Oh, okay. So that's correct. Now, let's just use as an example something that a lot of us come face to face with. Relationships, or let's say money. How about money and gifts? What I found is a lot of people can't accept things. And even though they may want to earn and make money, I found a lot of people, and maybe you can ask yourself this question too, is whether or not you can accept money or gifts. Let's just test Brigitta. Now, we've integrated her for this particular statement, so she should be strong on that. But let's just check and see if that's the case. I choose to accept money and gifts.
I choose to accept money and gifts.
Hold. All right. Now, she's strong on that. That wasn't always the case, was it?
No.
Okay. Actually, you had a situation where you couldn't accept. This was several years ago, back in the 90s, and then we worked on that, and that was one of the major pieces that we got into place, was bringing that into being.